Howdy guys, how's it going? So it is time for another Whiskey Friday, and for once in a while, we are actually doing it on a Friday. You know, I got all my errands run earlier today, and got all my business stuff I needed to take care of. I've got to do some work outside in a little bit, but you know, that's besides the point. But anyways, there's a new bottle popped into the store today, never seen it. I asked the people up front, they said they just got it in a few days ago. And it is called the original Jesse James American Outlaw Bourbon Whiskey, and it's got a eagle carrying carrying the things the eagles carry, and it says "First Taste of Freedom." So there you go. There's a look at what the bottle itself looks like. Kind of get it in the light there. Maybe that'll show up relatively well. But it's got a, oh my wiener, let me just knock my microphone off the kilter here. Okay, sorry about that little skip right there. I had to make sure my microphone didn't get disconnected there. It's got a little card on it, so I am going to narrate what that says real quick. So it says, Jesse James lived by the revolver and he died by it as well. Throughout his career, it's interesting to call that career, Jesse made use of Samuel Colt's Peacemaker revolver to inflict mayhem across the country. Introduced in 1851, the Colt 36 revolver was the world's first revolving breech pistol featuring an automatic revolving chamber that enabled the user to get off 6 shots in succession. The revolver was a technological breakthrough for the business of armed robbery since it was easily concealed, held multiple rounds, and intimidated victims. And that was where that ended. Before Colt revolver came along, most pistols had to be fired and reloaded one shot at a time. In the early 1870s, the weapon of choice was the Colt 45 Peacemaker, which combined a bigger bullet, more gunpowder, and the precision cap one. And like I said, it's dark on this side of the slide. And the percussion cap in one cartridge. So there we go. That's what's on that. On the side of the bottle, let's start with this side. It says, the spirit of America's true outlaw. It's distilled to perfection, old-time charcoal mellowed and aged in oak cask to achieve an incredibly smooth and full bourbon character that makes this one of the finest whiskeys. And then on the other side, in loving memory of an American outlaw murdered by a traitor and coward whose name is not worthy to appear on here. So these people are clearly just sucking Jesse James' knob over here, but I mean, then again, they're also trying to promote their spirit. So, not tried it yet, not even cracked it open. This mic is not nearly as sensitive. Well, I've got the way I got it turned up, so you probably won't be able to hear that crack. I don't know, but it's got a twist top. This bottle will come in after taxes here at $19, so it's a very entry-level price point. It says it's made in Mariloma, California. So, don't know how I feel about this California bourbon from its origin, but I ain't going to discriminate here. But let's get a pour out to push this mic away from my face, or I just lean back. I guess that's the best way to do it. So it's a very light color, which means I doubt it's been chill filtered, which is good. It doesn't say specifically. It's just, that means they hadn't really added, I doubt they've added a lot of color into it. It says this whiskey is at least 24 months old. So 2 years, that's what it's saying. That's how they go about I think that's like the minimum for being able to call it a bourbon, but don't hold me to that because I don't remember the exact guidelines. Before I get a sip of that, let me cleanse the palate with some sugar-free Red Bull. Oh, I really need some water, but I ain't got no water in here, and I don't want to go downstairs. So let me see if I can smell anything off this bad boy. My nose is stopped up as always, so like I'm pretty much useless when it comes to giving you a smell and note of things. You know what? I get more of a wood note on the nose than I really thought I would, where this is charcoal filtered, and then I get like a caramel, which is pretty consistent with any time you have charcoal filtered bourbon. And that's really, I'm smelling a lot more of an alcohol smell than I thought I would, where this is 40%. But I don't know if that's going to show up in the taste itself. I don't know. So look, without further ado, let's take and get a sip of it, coat the tongue, and see what the flavor profile gives us. Huh. Okay, so that alcohol flavor does not show up really. I mean, that alcohol smell doesn't like roll over into the taste at all. That's actually got a lot more, and I mean, like the charcoal filtering is kind of where that comes in at. Like that's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of Jack Daniels. To me, Jack Daniels has like this sweetness on the finish that I just do not like whatsoever. This has that sweetness too, but it's not nearly as, you know, pronounced as it is in Jack Daniels. Unfortunately, I'm not really getting any of that woodiness that I was smelling, that I was getting on the nose. It's more of just like a sweet, almost light caramel on the finish. When you have it in your mouth, it's pretty like underwhelming. And once again, I hate to keep saying the word, but that comes back to the charcoal filtering. So it's like it is really mellow while it's in your mouth. There is no rough finish whatsoever. I feel like Jesse James would have wanted something a little bit harder. You know, he'd been flipping down in some of that. Like, actually, you know what? I think he might not have. One of them didn't drink at all. I think Jesse James did drink, and then maybe Billy the Kid didn't. I don't remember. I could be wrong about both of those. But, yeah, like that right there, considering they made a whiskey in his name, I feel like I would have wanted something a little bit more, with a little bit more bravado behind it. But you know what? It's not bad. That's something right there. I would give this to somebody that was like new, that was just looking to try whiskey, try a bourbon, because that's very, very easy. That's very easy to drink. And I mean, like, I know that my palate's a bit different. Like, you know, I mean, I'm very used to it. I like stuff that's like peaty, you know, 100 proof. Like, that's like my ballpark now. But I could really see this being a good first stepping stone for somebody to get into it. So, like, you know, if you're new to it, or if you just like trying new ones, I would recommend trying this Jesse James bourbon. It's, you know, like I said, it's not going to break the bank. I'm sure if you're in California, I don't know how their taxes and stuff out there are on whiskey, but, or I guess I should say, like, you know, alcoholic spirits. You should be able to pick this up for, I would say, probably $14, $15, if that, out in old California, because, I mean, that's where it's made. So cut down on the old distribution side of things and put some more profit in the pocket. But yeah, that right there is yeah, I mean, that's good. I could also see this being something that somebody would mix with. Like, I don't like whiskey mixed with anything other than like ginger beer. I think whiskey and ginger beer go very good together. So I can see this going really good with that. Or if you're somebody that likes, you know, whiskey and like whiskey and Coke, just whiskey and soft drinks mix, this would be a very good accent to that. Especially if you want with like a diet drink, because see, my problem is with these, like whenever I see people mix like Jack and Coke and stuff, I tried that one time and the sweetness of that just like immediately made me gag. Like it just, I don't know, I do not like sweetness and alcohol together whatsoever, unless it's like vodka and sweet tea or something. I can do that just because you don't even know it's there. I mean, like, you don't notice that it's there. But it's like whenever I can taste sweetness and alcohol, I don't like it. I've never had a bad experience. I've never thrown up or nothing. It's just like ever since the first time, I just don't yeehaw with it. So just, you know, take that with a grain of salt. If you like it, you like it. If you're somebody that likes to, you know, flipping down a Four Loko while eating a bag of Jolly Ranchers, by God, go for it. But that's just not something that I can do. That'd be a minute to win it challenge I'd fail in about the first 5 seconds. But yeah, there we go. So that's the Jesse James bourbon, and that's where we're going to leave it off on this one. I know I normally have gameplay at the end, but this one right here, this one was a little bit longer. Plus, I am not going to be able to play and record a match right now because I'm recording something else using my other software for a relative. So there you go. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry if you was looking for some gameplay. If anything, I might I'll make up for it with a different gameplay video in the near future here. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, share with your friends, check the links in the description of my other channels, sub to those as well, comments, and cheers to the weekend, brothers.